Hey babes, let's talk the current astrology because the tea is hot, okay? And we can see it. But I want to let you guys know what is going on. So, we've recently had Saturn go retrograde in Pisces. Saturn will be in Pisces for the next several years, but has currently stationed retrograde at perfect timing for Neptune to also station retrograde in Pisces as well. These two make a tough combo. A tough combo, especially with Uranus in Taurus, which will be there for the next couple of years. And then we have Chiron messing around in Aries, which will be happening for the next good while. So we're seeing it play out in our community, especially with our leaders. United States is coming up on its 250th birthday, which will be in 2 years. We have essentially one more 4th of July, and then all done. The United States will be 250 years old. We know from the past, because it's smart to learn from the past and keep track of it accurately. We know that the average empire gets to the 250-year mark, and if they have not grasp an understanding of their lessons and their self-absorbency and power struggles, they will fall. We're at year 148. So, the karmic lessons are being dished out, and this is our opportunity to learn now. And what I mean by this is our opportunity is this is our last opportunity. Okay? Nobody has done any type of learning or heeding of warning up until this point. Every progression has had to happen out of force and fight and is continuously reversed. Funness. So Saturn going retrograde in Pisces, that happened June 29th, is going to boost those who need to be properly boosted, and it's going to cut those down who have been maliciously abusing their power, in any way, shape, or form. And the karma looks like how it looks on the news. Everybody in some type of seat of power is outrightly embarrassing themselves. And it doesn't matter what side they're on either. They are literally shitting themselves on camera. Literally, figuratively, however you want to put it, it's happening. And it's an embarrassment to all of mankind, but especially to obviously the United States. Way to really expose yourself there, guys. Furthermore, the separation that Saturn is making between those whom it abusing and those who have been abused is becoming quite clear as well. We have the separation where we're seeing all of the billionaires being like, it's a young and old generation. Well, it's an old mentality versus new mentality. But even then, it's not really new because the community has always had the community's interest in mind, and the powers that be have only ever thought of themselves. So it's not necessarily anything new either. Okay? Let's just get that clear. But the separation is happening. Those deep into the spiritual community and partially spiritual psychosis, this is the great ascension to the 5D that everybody was talking about. It is just a separation of who is wanting proper humanitarian morals and ethics and support, love, kindness, and genuinity to their community versus the people who don't give a fuck, never gave a fuck, and only ever had to put on a face to make others believe that they did. We say the quiet parts out loud all the time, and we reflect on our shadows all of the time, and we struggle to even see it. I've noticed a lot with just an example shows on Netflix like Rain and Bridgerton and Tudors and the Game of Thrones and everything else. The white folks, the colonialism people have definitely outrightly stated numerous times that they don't have any problem at all conniving behind people's backs and smiling in their faces with pleasantries and balls and dances and pretty gowns, but everybody is getting stabbed in their back while smiling. It's like some we happy few take your joy kind of shit, and it's ridiculous. And the rest of the community just wants to be safe, just wants to be healthy, just wants to, support one another, see one another thrive. And if they have disagreements, it's over football teams and, what's your favorite color or your food or, your TikTok trend, right? It's never been that big. And so that divide is going to continue to be shown through Saturn. And there will be rewards delved out for each of those things. And the rewards are neutral. They are consequential. It is whatever you are reaping or whatever you have sown, you shall reap. Okay? And it's being done with Big Daddy Saturn. And if you've got a big platform, that's a pretty big way to kind of poop your own pants. Pun fully intended. Anyway, Neptune retrograding in Pisces is the wake-up call. And it started in its shadow phase. Neptune and Saturn both like to work at the tops of their phases in like the shadow periods beforehand and a little bit in the shadow periods afterwards just to make sure. But it's like, here's your assignment and you have the retrograde to work through everything. And then one little quick reminder before we head on out and move on to the next thing. So we got to see the debate for the shadow phase of Neptune retrograde. We got to see the Supreme Court and Congress pull all of their shit and make it very clear and known that they would like a dictatorship. Okay? We now have the Neptune retrograde period to address this problem. Conveniently enough, we will also have the election in that time period. So this is truly final exam levels. If you don't pass this, you're done. Do you catch my drift here? Moving forward. Tomorrow, because it's Happy Death Day for the United States, I will definitely not be calling it's anything in a positive connotation or light. Tomorrow we have our new moon in Cancer, July 5th. This is where you are building serious, solid foundations in regards to your day-to-day life. Right now, they are losing control of community. The leaders that be there losing control of community because of the individual work each of us have been doing. Spiritual community, I'm talking to you right now. Those of you who have been going through your shadow working, you have been shadow working your toxic relationships, your personal toxic habits, and the way that you conduct yourself in your life. You have been shadow working that you can see everything that is happening right now. Okay, again, going back to our spiritual psychosis 5D community, this is the new insight that they were talking about. Okay, the ability to see where the divide is. It's always been there. It's never been to a point where we could see because nobody's put in conscious effort or even knew to put conscious effort in to begin with. This is one of those unfortunate, if you don't know, you don't know, and we didn't know, and now we know, and shit, we gotta scramble. Okay, so the new moon in Cancer, this is not a soft and comfy Cancer season. This Cancer season, the claws are out and they are pulling and grasping, twisting and breaking at putting together solid foundations on the individual level for the home and the way you conduct your life. This is the highest call to begin to work on community, okay? This is definitely a time to build new structures that we all keep talking about, but rarely anybody steps up and does. So if you and your friends want to get together and invest in some land together and start a community garden and begin to support and exchange and trade, the energies of the stars will literally support you in doing so. Like I said in the beginning, we have Saturn delving out karma. Karma is neutral. If you're doing great things, you get great karma. If you're doing shit, you get shit. It's very plain and simple and across the board. So do check yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay? But this new moon is a kickoff to that. So write down your goals, write down your plan of action, and get serious, get practical. There's no time for wishy-washy daydreaming. Neptune is retrograde. Okay, no, oh, it would be so cool if blah blah blah. No, no room for any of that. It would be cool to XYZ, here's how we can do it, here's how we get it done, here's who I need to talk to, here's where I need to go, here's where I should ask for help, and then you go do it. There's no more ifs, ands, or buts. If you don't have an answer, if you got an area in your plan where you're like, ho hum, I'm not sure, who cares? You figure it out on the fly, because test time is here. The clock is ticking. 2 years left, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? This new flow will need to be kicked off, as in you will have to manually go through this process, and you will need to exercise discipline. Again, the claws are out this Cancer season. Cancer is cardinal water. There is structure, there is movement, there is initiative, and there is direction, purpose, and intention with Cancer. And right now the community needs Cancer's help, right? Your soft, your love, your kindness, your compassion, your tough love. Spiritual community, we would really want to call on like Hecate, on Morrigan, similar deities, Athena right now, Medusa right now, Freya right now, Odin right now. Those are the kind of energies that we are needing right now, Kronos, etc. Okay? Your emotional connection to your daily life needs to be felt, tasted, sampled, continuously and regularly, because the more invested and attached to it you are, the harder you will fight for it. Okay, so that dream, that real true dream of like, I would like to live in a commune with my friends, if you're serious about it, do it. If you're not, stop talking. Very seriously. Okay, we already know about Pluto in Aquarius. At the end of this month, Chiron will be retrograding back in Aries again. So those childhood wounds and fears, they will come up. You will need to address them. If it's a fear of rejection, if it's you being hard on yourself, especially right now when we have done all of this growth, we have done all of this shadow working, we see what we have to do now. And so we are making these plans to do so. Now you get out of your own way. Everything is so personal right now. Everything is such a personal attack right now. It's crazy. I'm sorry, I have to laugh about that right now, because the energy that is just coming through, it's like, okay, well, not only is it community level, but it is also individual level, and you cannot escape. No escapism with Neptune in retrograde here. Do your work. Even if you don't think it's going to work, do it anyway. If it's not working, recalibrate, retry, go again. But absolutely no stopping, no ceasing. So this new moon, manifest your new life. It's kind of a gun to the head on your New Year's resolution. Oh, you wanted to go to the gym? Bet, babe, go to the gym. And if you don't, you might not even want to think about that. How about you just go to the gym? Okay? So my loves, I'm going to part there and leave you with that. I know Venus is moving into Leo. I've made notes here, obviously. This is what I've been reading. Venus moves into Leo July 11th. Watch for your power plays. In this Cancer season, with these energies, the sun highlighting everything, Gemini and Jupiter, the ego is running rampant. In all of the wrong ways, okay? Obviously, have a confidence boost. Obviously, take care of yourself. Mind your P's and Q's. Yes, stand up for yourself. Put yourself out there, of course. But karma is a light switch. It can go up or down, left or right, in or out, however you want, and it will do so depending on what you do. So mind your P's and Q's and get to work. So long as you are doing the correct things for the collective and yourself, what is healthy and beneficial, even if it's hard, you will be okay. No shortcuts, no cutting corners, no nothing. When Venus hits Leo, there's going to be a lot of ego, a lot of temper in all of your relationships, okay? Work relationships, career relationships, family relationships, friend relationships, intimate relationships, and your relationship with money, right? Relationships, okay? Can go to relationship really quick if you are not minding your stuff. Also, be mindful of the people who are around you. This is a community thing that needs to be addressed. Everybody and everything is getting checked right now. So also check your community, check your friends, make sure they're supporting you, check your family. Are they motivating you, helping you, supporting you? And if they're not, are they at least shutting up? If they are tripping you up, being naysayers, any type of negativity like that, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. You can come back to it later. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to write a speech. You don't need to do any of that. You can just ghost at this point. Really, this is one of those times and opportunities where ghost is a good thing. Unless, you're genuinely leaving somebody hanging. Again, mind your karma, okay? That's it. Just pay attention and be real. Do not put your rose-colored glasses on. It will hurt. It will burn your face and your eyeballs. All right, my lovelies, that's kind of a rundown, just at least for July, and then this Saturn and Neptune retrograde plus the new moon. I hope that was helpful for you guys. Get your shit